This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Talking Heads with Naughty and MJ is brought to you by Acupure, Burger King, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Adam Luck, Kelly's Home Center, KFC, Muffler World, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
When I look around, I got papers and passport working on my wheel.
And welcome to a Talking Heads Thursday here on Guardian Radio, 96.3 in the house. So good to be here with you today. It's hot. Oh, Lord of mercy, it's hot out there. So it's an open line today. We're going to talk about any and everything you want to talk about. I mean, look at what's been going on in the House of Assembly with the budget debate. I listened to Chivago today. Oh, that was an interesting show. But we can stay away from what God was talking about today because I'm here for my business. But guess what? They need you to be a talking head. There's only one way you can do that.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
323-6232. That's all. You pick up your phone. 323-6232. 325-4316, 325-4316, 325-4259, 325-4259, and you could always call me toll-free, 242-300-5720. That's 242-300-5720. And if you don't want to talk on the phone, I'm good with that, you know. Just text me and I'll read your text. 422-4796 is powered by BTC, 422-4796. Let me hear from you, say what you got to say. But Lord of mercy, there's some heat. They say it's a heat wave, so people, I got my Gatorade with me. Make sure you hydrate. Young kids, parents, make sure the kids are playing school. Most of the schools are closed, or all the schools are closed, I think. But make sure they drink plenty of water. Keep them hydrated. Older folks, check on your mom, check on your grandma. Them, make sure they drinking their water and keeping hydrated. And if you got to go out there, don't stay in the hot sun too long. Lord, it is hot out there. Summer is here. It is. Let's see what's going on in the headlines, eh?
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
Very interesting. In the Nassau Guardian, the headline, Gardner charge, pleads not guilty. Government misappropriated tax money to buy votes, Pinta tells House. Cops deny extorting $600 from tourists. Unionist Perry Cox found dead with star bones in burning building. Eleuthera residents say BPL outage the worst they've ever seen. Progress. Cops Marine accused of 400 kilo cocaine plot. Whoa. Oh, Lord, oh my goodness. And in the business section, stuff like that is just get to me. In the business section, GB Shipyard reports successful ship repair season with 28 vessels repaired. CEO demanding repair schedule, integration of new dry dock infrastructure made this one of the busiest periods we have experienced. I have a dream to go on the shipyard, and I have a friend who keep promising me, but he don't live up to his promise. I can get on him. I want to see a ship on dry dock. I want to see a cruise ship or a big tanker on dry dock. It's just one of the things on my bucket list. BCA renews calls for contractors board following death at construction site. Realtor highlights benefits of real estate assets as tokenization. And Strawn, Bank of the Bahamas working to rectify challenges with core banking system. You know, Neil for a long time, he's a long-time banker. Really good guy. So, you know, I've been watching the proceedings and most of the budget debate, and I listened to and talking about. My question is the government following the rules, or because they've been 33-7 or 33 to 8, sorry, that everything that happened prior to May 12th is out of the door now, and let's push that away. Don't worry about that. That finished. There's a new slate. And that because they win, they should not have to answer to anybody now. It is confusing to me that some of the things that I'm seeing happening and the way that they're not answering questions. And it's going to be long for this opposition. I might still brief you. It can be long for them because I think it's the third Wednesday in every month, or whatever Wednesday they delegate for that, is questions from the opposition. And that list is be long, 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 long. And they don't ever answer the questions. And personally, my recommendation would be to the government, to the opposition, is every month, take out an ad in the papers showing these are the questions we're asking the government. Where does money going? You move $700 million and put in one place with the development board, but no board appointed. And then we say we have surplus, but we borrowing all kind of money. Is that I'm confused, and I think I have an average sense, and it leaves me confused. And then we're running away from what's going on with our country and how the world is looking at our country right now. Front page of the Guardian, front page of the Tribune is Player Gardner. But you got other people saying, oh, he coming home next week. You know, they filed to dismiss. They can dismiss that. He'll be home next week, and this will all be finished. And I'm not saying he's guilty, because I got to go through his case, so you got to go through that. But I find that we seem to celebrate this type thing. That because he's one of we, because he's one of us, we don't see him as what he's been seen for by the law. And at the end of the day, this brother could win a case and come home and be good. But I would like to see the law take its course. I would like to see what has to happen with the law happens. Hate to see that somebody get off on a technicality. Well, that's part of it, I guess. That's part of it. So we know what the truth is. We don't want to talk about this, at least members of the government don't want to talk about this. So it continues to fester. It's not going to die. It's going to continue to fester, and then we got to questions and media in the States looking at us with a side eye. You got the ambassador making statements like wait and see. This is not a pretty situation. This is not a pretty situation. And then you look at this other piece here. Prosecutors have accused 3 law enforcement officers of a drug trafficking conspiracy involving 400 kilos of cocaine. That's Sergeant Alcott Forbes, Corporal Brendan Dean, and Royal Bahamas Defense Force Marine Raymond Russell face charges of conspiracy to import. Say what? Then we want to know why the young people don't trust the police. Why we look at some Defense Force officers in a different way. And I have some very dear friends or young men I know on the force who are decent young men who want to protect our country. I know a number of police officers who are decent police officers, up and down the ranks. Some of them are retired, some have passed away, up and down the ranks, who are decent young men and women who want to serve their country and protect us. But when you see them, the spoiled apples or the few in that bunch doing craziness or stupidness or foolishness, however you want to describe it, it leaves a sense of mistrust. It leaves a sense of, I don't like them. I don't like what they're doing. And then so the innocent suffer for the few guilty. It ain't no pile of them who doing foolishness, It's a small piece right in that pie. A small fraction of those officers bad and making it hard for the others. And if you listen to how people talk about police and how they have no trust, I feel for the commissioner who I feel for, because I saw when she the other day said they were it was embarrassment and embarrassment for us. I feel for her. I feel for what she has to do to help clean that up. But I wish the Prime Minister would shake the tree and let them bad apples fall and get rid of them in every aspect of that word, from down low to all the way up. We have, as a country, and I don't want to use the word corrupt, but we as a country have been doing, from the pirates, the rum runners, the drug runners in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and look like we're coming right back full cycle to that again right now. I do not like that. As a Bahamian who likes to travel, I don't need no ICE or custom officers when I trying to go to look at me and ask you where I going, what I going for. I mean, I get a little gray here now, so they give me a little more respect than they would give a younger person. But it's scary. It is scary to feel it when you travel. You don't know how they're looking at you. You don't know if they're judging you. That's not a good feeling. That's not a good feeling at all. And we aren't taking it serious as a people. I don't think so. I think for the most part, we really don't care. And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me you care. Because I think a lot of people out there really don't care what's going on with all of this, with Player Gardner. Well, I know there's a voter apathy, so that means a lot of people don't even give I almost say the wrong word on radio, don't really care about what's going on there politically. Which is sad. Which is not good, because what that means is the fellas in charge, and I'm not saying PLP or F&M, the fellas in charge, and I'm saying this is across the board because it could be some other fellas in charge, could do whatever they want because you don't care. And you know, I heard somebody say the other day, my vote don't count, and I think it was Shivago who may have said, I think it was him who said, that every vote counts. Because if 10,000 people vote one way, it could be a different story. If 10,000 people don't vote one way, and we've seen the example of the vote count in when the former Prime Minister lost the seat in 17. But if you don't vote, you know, so, I still changes nothing. So it stays the same way. Carly on the air, how you doing?
Early afternoon, how are you?
Hey, my brother, what you saying?
Boy, radio. Pearly,
Talk to me.
I'm just going to echo your sentiments just now.
Uh-huh.
When you said, apparently, a lot of us, it seems, not taking this matter very seriously. We already seeing some of the shifts as it relates to how the USA is now regarding the Bahamas. Let me give you a classic example right now that I find quite intriguing. You know, to get a U.S. visa was $185.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know now today that to get top 10 visa now is close to $500? Okay, that is a telltale sign.
You sure about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I have to go through the process right now.
For a travel visa?
For a travel visa, almost $500. And I'm telling you, you know, when you look at the parameters, you know, in which we have been warned so many times, or perhaps what we are doing and not paying attention to what the U.S. is trying to tell us. You know, you just can't ignore this thing anymore. And, you know, a couple of us told us the ultimate that can happen that would really cause a lot of us really to pay attention is one thing, you know.
What's that?
Our borders.
Yeah.
When you see them start to remove certain freedoms that we have.
You mean like the pre-clearance? You don't want to say
pre-clearance lounge and stuff. Is that when we're really going to take what they're trying to tell us seriously? We can't keep on pretending. See, people are playing for and all this stuff. The conversations are being had. Some of us are paying attention to some of these moves that the U.S. is doing. And if we were not under the gun, for as close of nations that we are, you really think that would impose hike, a fee hike like that on us. And from our immigration standpoint, as far as they're concerned, that has been a major contention.
Yeah, but I don't think
our people are not taking that seriously.
But I don't think that increase is just a reflection of the Bahamas. I think that's across the board. So that's all countries. That's everybody, I think. That's not just us.
Well, I'm going to tell you, do your research. Go around and see who all fees have increased exponentially as ours have.
Wow.
Then come back and you tell me.
Wow.
We can have this conversation later.
I will do my. I have a couple of people who do that little business who help you apply for a visa. I'm going to have a conversation with some of them, and I'm going to do some research, and then we'll talk about that again.
But this Gardner case, to be honest with you, I want our Bahamian people do not take this case lightly. We people are looking at us already with jaundiced eyes, and they already regarding us in so many ways. But thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for calling in. Listen, somebody texted the visa is still $185. Okay. Next text. Good day. It's hard to care when you struggle to make ends meet. That's why you care, because you are struggling to make ends meet. That's why you need to care. Because if you got to sit down and look at your paycheck and say, boy, I only could put 50 on the light bill today. I can't pay the full bill. I can't do this. I can't do that. But kids, no vacation this year. That you gotta start caring, because that's hurting you and your family life, your quality of life and everything. You gotta care. The best little country in the world for foreigners and not its citizens. Texter, while I want to say, I hear you, I refuse to accept that. And not against you, Texter, not against the text. But I refuse to accept that, because I ain't going to let my little country be better off for others than it is for me. And if I got to battle to preserve our country, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. But I hope when we open our mouths in the spirit of democracy, we're allowed to do that, and we don't have to worry if we're going to be victimized. Now, I don't have the facts on a couple of stories I've heard, but I've heard some people have been fired in Saudi Luthra. Some people who come to family and switch over, and now that person lost, they're getting rid of them. I heard some people lost their jobs in South Andros. And I haven't the facts yet. There's somebody that's mentioned it to me, and I said, I'm going to throw it out there. But stuff like that, we should... Man, I really want to see a country where we could stand up and talk our political views freely. So we could talk our political views freely and not have to worry. I would like to see stuff like that. And now I got somebody, I like when legal check me right, says, a standard U.S. visa, B1, B2, student FJM, or transit visa costs $185 U.S. for applicants in the Bahamas. Petition-based temporary work visa, HLOP, costs $205 US, and treaty trade investor visa costs $315 US. The fee must be paid during the application process before an interview appointment can be scheduled. An official breakdown of the cost for all categories can be viewed on the U.S. Department of State fees for visas page. Keep in mind that the U.S. Embassy and NASA advises applicants to beware of scams and avoid using unofficial third-party services that may charge extra processing fees. All official details and schedule links can be accessed directly via the U.S. Embassy of the Bahamas website. So there you have it. Thanks, legal. There you have it. Okay, so still 180. Because I'm about to put mine in, so I'm glad it's still there. Tomorrow I'm going to do that. Text, very silly. All countries get exponentially green card fees, almost double. The U.S. debt gone up by trillions in a few months. ICE quadrupled their workforce. Those are costs that have been absorbed. And then you got a war going on too, so that's the next thing there. Says the text. I'm reading text. The policy around the U.S. visa increases for selecting is to suppress the numbers from that country going into the U.S. I recall the U.S. charged the affairs saying sometime back that our fees had not changed, but if Jeff is currently going through the process and paying $500, maybe something has changed recently. Or Jeff got to see what they charged him, because based on what I got, it's still the same fee. The PLP and the Band of have been given another 5 years to do as they like with no consequences. They have nothing to fear. No one goes to prison. Business as usual. I don't want to accept that either, and I guess he's referring to me, so I'm not accepting that our little country is not for us. I don't want to accept that either, but our leaders don't listen. They wish to say that some serious allegations are nothing burgers, so I have to wonder, who is this country for? I don't feel it's for Bahamian citizens. Next text says, I see some of those ministers that joined the PLP threatening people with their jaw. Long, and I pray for the day that as a country we could get on. You know, I haven't seen it, I've never been there, that they have a park in London that people just get up on, but they call it a soapbox, and just talk. Because the government's thing, do whatever, and it's a culture thing. I don't know if that still happens. I wish that one day, and I'm not saying we can do it in Ross's Square, you know, but if I decide to get up and criticize the government in a different place, other than where I can do it, I'm doing it on this radio station or somewhere else, and not to have to worry, wouldn't that help democracy in this country? That you have freedom, a total freedom of speech? Now, you can't make allegations that are true. You can't lie on them. You can't make certain things, you know, within the reason of the law. I long to see that happen, you know, because people are afraid to say things because they don't know what can happen. Man, I need my job. People are afraid to go to rallies. Man, I need my job. People were told, if you do this, you can... That cannot be fair, man. That cannot be right. Call on. You're on the air. How you doing?
Hey, fine, thanks, Freddie.
Hey, brother.
Yes. Hey, Freddie, you have to reference to the park you just mentioned. That is actually called Hyde Park.
Yes.
And people normally meet on Sundays.
Uh-huh.
And you can say anything you want to say, but anybody, the Prime Minister, the royal family, anything. Okay, it's open sesame and nobody's victimized. Okay? You can let everything out.
Yes. Park to do it. I'm just using that as a reference to say that we should be able to...
Yeah, Russell Square, but they tell you need permission to come there.
Oh, yeah. You can't go in Russell Square without police permission.
No, so obviously, you know, there's discrimination over here. You know, there's no partiality over here. And then they will fire you the next day. All right, buddy.
Hey, Ronnie Butler said, I know them people long time. Them people is mine. Thank you, caller. But, you know, stuff like that is something that has irked me. And let me tell you something, peoples. Let me tell you something. I know what it is to be victimized. I know what it is. I seen what my father went through from 77 to 93 too. I seen what my father went through because he stood up against some things that he didn't believe in. I know what I've been through. I know what I've been through. And maybe some positions I had was political appointments. Maybe so. But Lord, 1 week after the election, see you later. Early. Go home. Let's read this text. I really wish y'all would stop talking about the U.S. taking pre-clearance. The world will not end. We gave RTEC and several Army bases. They gave us pre-clearance and some Coast Guard support. Quid pro quo. I'm not, you know, I hear you, Texter. But we are one of the few countries that have that pleasure. And I call it that pleasure, yes. Because when you reach the LPIA, Lyndon Pindling International Airport, you go up to Bahamas there, you check in, and you walk through U.S. Immigration Customs. You walk through TSA first, U.S. Customs Immigration, and then you go upstairs, and you sit and you jump on your plane. You walk off your plane, and you go straight to Alamo or wherever you get your car or wherever you go, and you're gone. Talk to some people who had declared customs in Miami or Fort Lauderdale, and particularly Miami, and how long they had to wait on that line. How frustrating that is. Talk to the Jamaicans Jamaican friends who traveled and had to go who had to tow that long line to clear customs when they reached the United States. Or talk to them who went to New York and had to clear customs. And you'll understand why this pre-clearance that we have is a blessing. That wasn't there for Bahamians, you know. That there for them tourists to come so they could get home easy and don't have to go through all that hassle. That's what that there for. We just benefiting from it. But we can take our first break right now. This is Pearly. Talking Heads on a Thursday afternoon here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. When we get back, talk some more stuff. See you in a minute.
I'm in the mood and I'm feeling good. Look what you do. It's on my face. Grab me round the waist. Running, oh, look what you do to me. I'm getting seen when I hear your name. Oh, look what you do.
Turn a trip to Burger King Nassau into a galactic adventure with the Mondo and Grogu Whopper Combo, featuring special shake fries. Whether you're a bounty hunter in training or just here for your way, Burger King Nassau has everything Mandalorian and Grogu related you could want. Grab the toys, the mugs, the crowns, and your crew, and head on down to BK and celebrate the Mandalorian and Grogu adventure with Burger King Nassau. This is the way.
To the world, he is your dad, but to you, he is the world. Shower your dad with love with a gift from Kelly's House and Home's Father's Day sale, Friday, June 9th through Saturday, June 17th. Save 20% off selected tool sets, luggage, and fishing, diving, and camping gear, except on net items. Shop at Kelly's House and Home on Saturday, June 8th, and if you are standing on the lucky spot, you could win a gift basket for Dad. Visit our Facebook page for more information. Shop Kelly's House and Home's Father's Day sale, June 9th through 17th. Happy Father's Day from Kelly's House and Home.
Struggling to find your financial rhythm? Make that move to Fidelity and let us help you orchestrate your financial goals into perfect harmony with free financial coaching sessions. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Not all water is created equal. Consider this. You've got many sources of drinking water at your disposal, and they seem like viable options. But are they? Now consider this. Quenching your thirst with water that's perfectly pure. Aquapure water has been tested and proven to be perfectly pure. If quality matters to you, reach for a bottle of Aquapure. Be sure, Aquapure.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for the buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John's Shoes.
Welcome back to Talking Heads Thursday here on Guardian Radio 96.9. People, I just love my baby music. I was trying to put down one that's down, but the two left feet I got. These two left feet I got. I'm trying to read the text. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Here we go. Clear customs in Miami all the time from Provo and Barbados. The world is... Text I hear the world again, you know. And maybe you don't mind going through that. But that don't mean I have to go through it. So, you know, hold your horses there, soldier. Hold your horses there. Carly on the line. How you doing?
Hey, what's happening, Pearly?
I ready, brother. What's happening?
All is well, man?
Yeah. What you say?
Man, listen. I don't know if you listened to the Minister of Transport presentation yesterday.
I missed that. I had something to do, and I wanted to watch that, and I missed it. Help me out.
Well, car license will be going up again.
I heard that, but is it going up as much as some people say it's going up?
Well, let me ask you a question. And you know, the most size cars on the island, is it safe to say that those Hondas Accord and cars of that similar size, they would dominate the island?
I think, well, the Honda Accord a little bigger than some of these little March and Fit and things like that. So I think all them are the smaller size, and then there's the Honda them and all that. I think I'm guessing now. Don't put me on the spot here.
Again, based on what I heard, cars from 0 to 3,000, then from 3,000 to 5,000.
Okay.
So if you fall within that category from 3 to 5,000, you'll be paying $645 a year for license.
Bloody gaga bark, but
Now remember, we used to pay $195. So now you'll be paying $645 a year for cars.
that can't be right. No, I get it. That can't be right. People revolt on that one.
Also, let me remind you, if your car insurance up within 6 months of your license date, you have to get insurance. So what's going to happen now? You're paying $645 a year for a license, and then you end up spending another $400 to $450 for
to
insurance.
$1,000, yeah.
So you're looking at about $1,100 roughly to get your car licensed. And
hold on, man. Time to license my car next month, but you scaring me?
Inspect it before you get it licensed. And if for some reason you fail inspection, you have to pay that inspection fees over again. So you have to pay the inspection fee, get your car inspected, and if your car fail inspection, you have to go pay it over again.
Wow. But I heard the conversation and I dismissed it because I saying it can't jump from $195 to $600. That makes no kind of sense.
Where I used to pay $670 a year for a license, that now going up.
I'm going to dig into that a little deeper and make a few phone calls to make sure you're on point with that, brother.
Please, man, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I heard it wrong. I hope I misunderstand him. I hope I misunderstand him.
I hope you misunderstand it because the government can't be serious to jump your license from $195 to $600 and think these people ain't going to go crazy. PLPs will be mad about that too.
And also too, another thing. What I noticed with PLPs, and here's the trend that's happening now among PLPs. If you criticize, if you critique, if you anything you say against the PLP, not even against them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man, you just a sour loser. Man, you just a sore loser. Man, you just this. You cannot say anything with regards to the PLP. And they don't label you as a sore loser,
I heard
a sour
that.
loser. You just complaining. You just mad because the F&M lose.
I heard that. And yeah, you're mad because if you're F&M, yeah, you can be mad. So that's you're mad.
But
the point is, if it's
F&M supporters just sit back and just allow the PLP to say what they want. If I could touch base on this Eric Gardner situation for a bit, right? There's an alleged crime that happened in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
There's an alleged crime that happened in the House of Assembly in the Bahamas. That is not the Speaker of the House. That is not the PLP House. That house belongs to the people of the Bahamas.
Sure does.
So if there's something that happened in that particular building, I think every stone, I think every available resource should be made available to investigate that. Not by the U.S., not by the FBI, not by Scotland Yard, by the Bahamas government. Every available resource should be made available to investigate that alleged crime, to come to get to the bottom of it, and particularly when it involves a sitting MP. Doesn't matter if the MP is of the PLP or of the F&M, a sitting MP is involved in this.
Yeah,
and is everyone so nonchalant about it?
I agree. You know what? I'm almost ready to say Commission of Inquiry. And I mean, people don't want to hear that. But we need, you know, I heard the former Prime Minister say we don't need that. We have laws in place. But it sounds like we need a truth or something, hearings. We need some stuff to come up. We need some people to be able to come and talk because we need to clean. Listen, our reputation is not good. We got to clean this place up.
I would have understand that, and I would appreciate what the Prime Minister saying if the Prime Minister or the Speaker of the House or the Commissioner of Police, if they had initiate an investigation before the F&M put pressure on them or before anyone put pressure on them to initiate that investigation. I would have respect him if he had said that, listen, we open an investigation, I'll be checking on it. Not when everything that blow up, then the Commissioner of the Police can come, oh yeah, we was investigating that. Oh, this thing that blow up and you just can come, yeah, man, we done being investigating. We just ain't seen nothing in New York.
Yeah.
Come on,
yeah.
Man. Who you think you're talking to?
Yeah, I say, okay. Lord, I say, but bridge over there on the west side of Iowa, I can't get a good price for it.
Yeah.
I heard, and I don't know how true this is, it's alleged, it cannot be maybe true, maybe, but I heard that they were preparing for the commission inquiry in the last term at that same building on Burnett Road, and after whatever they were doing, they decided not to have it. I understand everything in preparing the courtroom for it, but I don't know how true that is. And I wish somebody could let me know if that is true or not.
Well, number just add this to that also. Eric Gardner was formally charged in the U.S. courts.
Yes.
And part of the indictment was they will be confiscating his property and his assets. the OB Wirchcombe complex in Grand Mama, that doesn't belong to the Bahamas government. That belongs to top-notch building or construction, whatever. So will that building also be up for confiscation?
Well, I don't know.
Because remember now, the government said they're paying rent for that. So if you're paying rent for that, you ain't own that. So that means that could be confiscated along with his other property.
You got a point there. Maybe so. Let's wait and see.
Okay,
in the words of the ambassador, wait and see.
Let's look at the Carmichael Village again. That's another thing that Top Notch did.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I think I will continue to listen.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. I'll read this text. This is not true. It goes to 250. Hold on. The brother that's saying he hope, come on, y'all, let's be nice now. He said he wasn't sure, and he was asking, and he did say, I hope I am wrong. He did say, I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that I read incorrectly. So now that you're saying it's going up to 215, from 195 to 215, we hear you. We hear you loud and clear. The PLP professional callers won't be mad. They have contracts. They will simply argue that the government has bills. Point. And one last one before I go to you caller coming there right now. Good afternoon, Pearlie. Please pray for us in Pinewood that BPL have mercy on us tonight. For the last 6 nights, our lights goes off religiously like clockwork. I'm a senior and on insulin. Don't owe them $1. I thought it was load shedding, not the same area every night. SMT understands some streets weren't affected. Happy for them. It's HOT hot. I mean, I'm hearing the horror stories and not. You think you got a bad pine with Elutra? Elutra catching eternal hell. This has been the worst outages, they say, ever. But, I don't know. It's growing pains. Growing pains. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Hi, good day, Pearlie. How are you?
Thank God for life. What's up?
Awesome, and good day to the nation. Pearlie, I have a question.
Okay.
Isn't our House of Parliament under 24-hour surveillance? Does the cameras ever show?
There are cameras. They say at the meeting that I don't think there are any cameras in there because that's supposed to be private for the members of Parliament and all that. They call it the smokers' room to go and relax and have telephone conversations or whatever. So I don't think I think there are cameras within the hall upstairs, and I think the cameras outside.
Yeah,
so I mean, I see where you're going. Go ahead.
The cameras that are outside and the cameras that are in the hall. I mean, even still, shouldn't those cameras place this particular drug deal meeting that would have happened? Shouldn't they place these people at that building at that particular time, even if it didn't record a meeting in a particular room? Shouldn't the cameras have identify the person?
The simple answer is yes. Yes. The simple answer is yes.
Why is it that we are so gung-ho about this thing when we could just simply refer back to the cameras and see if such a meeting ever took place?
You can go ask me say you can go ask me say something illegal. You can call me say you can go ask me say something. Who gonna pull that up?
Yeah, but my thing is this, right? We're not even talking about a DEA agent or anything. We're talking about an informer. You know what an informer is? An informer is somebody who was caught with drugs before, and they're trying to make a deal so that
not necessarily. They could be a informer who just see something. They don't have to be a former drug dealer or nothing like that. I've heard of some people who were informers who wasn't even in the business. They just happened to be in the right place or the wrong place at the right time or the wrong time. But I understand what you're trying to say, and I get your point. Thank
you.
I get your point, brother. I hear you loud and clear. And, it should be simple enough to pull up the video, and we can say, oh, see, that was Pearlie, or that was Joe, or Mary, or whoever it was. But will we? We got another caller. Call you on there. How you doing? Caller, how are you? I guess you're gone. Call back. Next text. Pinewood, it's called progress. You all voted them back in, so don't cry when you all suffer. That's the text. That ain't Pearlie. That's the text. Pinewood and all, don't stop the progress. You get the life you voted for. But hey, everybody in Pinewood voted for progress. You had Brother LaRoda get 1,400 plus votes. Brother Bain get $1,000. Brother Roll got another 600, I remember. So not everybody voted for progress, And And I think if you, I could be correct, I can't remember the number. I think if you add up Denari and Lincoln numbers, it may be higher than Minister LaRota. I don't know. I could be wrong. But not everybody voted for Progress, but I guess the innocent suffer for the guilty, eh? I had a question to ask, and I've been pondering this question for some time. And I can throw it out there because it's our culture and it's something that I love. I love Junkanoo. I was a Viking. The Vikings don't exist like they were before. They have a Vikings in this, I think, C category right now. But I grew up a Viking. Shack on the corner of Invenview Road and Tyler Street. Gordo Shack. Hey, Gordo. Others are Kenrick. All y'all lose to Russia. That's hey, Ricky Miller. Everything we do now is Junkanoo. Go to the prom, it's Junkanoo. Graduation, Junkanoo. Wedding, Junkanoo. Funeral, Junkanoo. Are we oversaturating Junkanoo? I don't think there's too much Junkanoo. Let's get that right. But somebody made that comment to me, and I said, you know what? I can throw it out there one day and just see what people think about it. And I've been holding this for about 3 weeks. Are we oversaturating Junkanoo? I don't think so. I love it. Any opportunity for me to jump up and down and rush, I good at that. But I'm just wondering that. Memorial service, Junkanoo. Funeral, Junkanoo. Wedding, Junkanoo. Graduation, Junkanoo. I was going to say the only place I never see Junkanoo is a divorce. But I heard somebody at Junkanoo after they got divorced. Call you on there. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good, my love. What'd you say?
What you talk to? Not the divorce, though. First, let me just set the record straight. I called in with Mr. Chivago yesterday, and I would have indicated hospital there were no wheelchairs. That was my experience. That was what I was told when I got there. A few other persons were told the same thing. Now, if they have wheelchairs someplace, the staff told me there were no wheelchairs. So I hope they get.
There were no wheelchairs available, or there were just no wheelchairs?
None. I can't give you one because there's none.
Wow. No, man. They got wheelchairs there,
No,
man.
there's a matter of fact. I told him, you know what? I had one home. I should have brought it. Miss, you got to bring your wheelchair when you come. That's what I was told.
Wow.
Okay, so I just want to set the record. That's what I was told. Now, whoever knows that there are wheelchairs, please tell the people. Don't tell the public that,
Or make sure that, sometimes you bring somebody there. They put them in the wheelchair so that maybe they come at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock for the clinic. Put them in the wheelchair, whirl them to the clinic. And they from 7 o'clock to the clinic sometimes till 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And maybe they just were all occupied at the time.
Maybe that's the case. But I was told that, the Bahamian talk, we differently,
Yeah.
There might be some that may be occupied, but there ain't none. But my thing is, when you do arrive at A&E, and this was at A&E, when you pull up with somebody who is not well, somebody should come out with a wheelchair.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And my thing about it is, too, there are a number of persons who probably would have had loved ones who are probably passed on and have wheelchairs. They have old folks home who probably have too many. Donate some to the PMH. F&M, PLP, COI, you all donate some. But the government needs to make sure that they have wheelchairs. I think that's a responsibility on them to make sure that is in place.
Yeah.
That has to be in place. It's important.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay,
That's serious.
The people, you need to pay people for Junkanoo, though. Why are people just doing Junkanoo for fun and not being properly reimbursed? Why is it not a job? Why is it not something that somebody can be hired to do or have,
No, but most of those groups that come to these functions.
No, but I mean, I'm talking in terms of where somebody can say, when you ask for an application of employment, you could say, well, that's your profession. What's stopping it from getting to that point?
Well, you see, when Pintard said he was a poet, you see the hell he going through. So I don't know what people want to say now.
Now that we have culture, she may change that.
Hopefully she will. But there's.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think there's so many. I have a dream, and I ain't just talking on the radio because when you talk, you dream. Everybody's teeth from you. But I have a dream for a serious Junkanoo village. But we'll talk about that some other time.
But that's my my 2 cents on the Junkanoo aspect.
I do appreciate
it. You know, it'd be great if she can get it to the point where persons are properly compensated for it.
Yes,
there's a
I
lot
agree.
of work that goes, and I know people respect the amount of work that goes into
No,
it.
I had to go through to learn the respect what those brothers go through, and their
So I think they
families
should
go
be
through without them.
compensated for it.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Have a good one.
All right, ma'am. Take care. Call you on there. How you doing?
Good afternoon, Mr. Purley. How are you?
Thank God for life. What's up?
I'm fine. Okay, I love Bahamian music. I'm into Bahamian culture, but I do not like Junkanoo in the church. Now, that's
Okay.
my narrow mind. I like it in the church. Anywhere else.
Why? Why you don't like it in the church?
Well, here again, I did say it was my narrow mind.
No, I understand that, but I want to hear why how narrow your mind really is.
Okay, let me just say this. I don't have anything against the instruments that they use because they're used widely, okay? Drums and horns and whatever. But I guess it goes way back. And again, I have to be very careful as I say this because...
You Catholic or Anglican?
As you listen to me, you can tell it's just simply my view. I can't really explain why, but I can hear it anywhere, in the concerts, and celebrations. But
You sound like you were St. Francis.
No, I'm Methodist.
It's all right. I'm going to say Catholic, Anglican, Methodist. Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah, and now get me right, I love, like I said, look, the Reagan's great, the Bahamian music. Back in the day, I'm old enough to remember the Goombay music and way back, KB and all of those.
Yeah.
Man, that's what, in fact, whenever concerts are being held and Bahamians just rush and pay so much money to see these foreign artists come in, excuse me, I prefer Bahamian music any day.
Yeah.
But I have a little problem with Junkanoo in the church.
I hear, and those of us who grew up Roman Catholic, Anglican, Methodist, we grow up with a certain service that is very solemn.
Yeah.
And we so used to the quietness of the service. So when we see that rabba, we get a little concerned. And I understand that. I'm a little liberal when it comes to that, but my dad was not. So I understand.
Yes. So if I can go to the Baptist church or the Church of God and I can join in what do they have with the tambourines and I don't have a problem with that. Perhaps it's the name. I'm prejudiced, okay? I'll accept that, okay?
I got you.
Okay, have
all
a
right,
pleasant
take care, my
evening.
dear. Take care. That's interesting. But the key to Junkanoo is the rhythm, but the horn section gives you the songs. So if you're having that beat, but you have the religious songs playing, I personally don't have a problem with it. I actually like an upbeat service, and I'm very, very Roman Catholic. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Pearly, what's going on, buddy?
When I know I can let you know, but I'm trying to figure it out. What's up?
That's a good one. I like that. I can write that one down right now as we speak.
You could borrow that. Like a child, when I see you, to pay for it though. What's up?
Yeah, what I was talking about, I heard the lady, but my phone went out just now. I couldn't hear nothing else. The lady was saying that she wanted persons to donate wheelchairs.
No,
to
she
the
said
hospital.
she went to the hospital and there were they told them there are no wheelchairs. And they say you got to bring your wheelchair, you come. So she's saying if you got wheelchairs, donate it because the hospital needs it. So, but you still got to check into that and see maybe there just weren't enough wheelchairs that day.
But Pearly, do you know, or do the Bahamian people know that the money is allocated for this year budget for health is the biggest budget they have ever received or will have ever received?
Oh yeah.
Yes. This budget what is being allocated for health is past any budget, any amount what was asked for by any minister. So I think that we should have adequate numbers of doctors, adequate numbers of nurses. We should have gauze. We should have more wheelchairs.
Well, after July 1, once the budget is passed, we should, Since they allocate so much money.
Yeah, those things should all be.
I hope so because PMH is in a sorry state and it really needs a lot of upgrade and a lot of work and stuff in it. And I hope they use that money to do that.
Yes, I mean if you're gonna ask for the amount I heard was asked for, I think all of our issues and challenges we face with our medical areas should be addressed. Also, I don't know if you realize we are now asking for some 500 teachers or
300. I think he said there's a shortage of 300 teachers.
300 teachers?
Yeah. But there's been a shortage for years, and I guess that number's just growing.
But my thing is Pearly. All right. I think the majority of the voters, whilst it was a lot of voters didn't show up to the polls, the majority of the voters voted for building. I think that's what they
choose progress. Yeah.
We need to see that progress.
We sure do.
I think we cannot sell ourselves short. We don't have students who are leaving school would in some cases can't read, can't write.
Yeah, social.
Or if they couldn't do it, they could only do it at like elementary level.
Yeah, that's not good.
I think if we now crying for teachers now, I think we can have to find a way to bring those numbers up so we don't have to ever need teachers. I think that we need to open up our University of Bahamas and those areas where it be doctors, nurses, or teachers. Once you have the BJCs and the different GCEs.
BJC. Yeah. I know what you mean. Uh-huh.
You should be able to go to that institution. You should be able to go there free of charge.
No, but UB is free. Once you're a full-time student, UB is free. And I tell you a quick story because I got to run at 5 o'clock. But I had a nurse, a young friend. She was in nursing school and said to me, she's dropping out because she can't afford it. And I said, don't you know UB is free? And when she came back screaming on the phone, oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. UB is free for full-time students. Yes, it is.
Well, we need to encourage the people, our people, to take advantage of that because this is 2026. We could not be shouting that our hospital is inadequate. The numbers of doctors and nurses and supplies are inadequate, and we short of 300 teachers.
Yeah, I hear
something we're not doing right, and something we need. It's a lot we need to fix.
I agree.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you. Well, that's a quick 1 hour gone, eh? This is Pearly. Talking Heads Thursday here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. We can take a break, get the news. When we come back, we can talk sports. The Knicks had their parade today. Millions and millions were there. We'll be right back after the news.
And like a madman, he start to holler, hold him, Joe, hold him, Joe, hold him, Joe, don't let him go. Hold him, Joe, hold him, Joe, hold him, Joe, don't let him go. If you're old enough to do this to me, Nelly, you're old enough to marry G. My son, don't try to run, cause I ain't gonna miss with this shotgun.
KFC has a bold new flavor you'll love. Introducing the all-new Barbecue Rap Star. We're talking a juicy chicken breast filet, fried to golden crisp perfection, covered in sweet and smoky barbecue sauce, topped with cheese, then wrapped in a delicious toasted tortilla with flavor in every bite. Go spicy or keep it original. Either way, it's a star for a reason. The new Barbecue Rap Star is the star of the menu at KFC Nassau. Get yours today at any KFC Nassau location.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Your next win is waiting right now at islandluck.com. The quicker you sign up, the quicker you can play, the quicker you can score, and the quicker you can win big. From casino games to sportsbook action and lottery excitement, it's all just a few clicks away. Sign up today at islandluck.com and get in the game instantly. Island Luck. Join the winner's circle now.
Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape. A Carib-Greek fusion born right from juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more. There's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good food, it's an experience.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Talking Heads with Nazi and MJ is brought to you by Acupure, Burger King, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Luck, Kelly's Home Center, KFC, Muffler World, Print Masters, and
And welcome back to Talking Heads Thursday here on Guardian Radio 96.9. It's Pearly in the house. In a few minutes, I'll bring my special guest on, but I just wanted to get through these couple texts that I didn't read. This is what they voted for. Don't feel sorry for them. And for those who stayed at home, hush your mouth and watch this rogue administration sell your land. Boy, that's interesting. The caller who said that the budget has increased for health is correct, but the bump in the budget should have happened over 10 years ago, and so what we have today is not going to be sufficient. Finally, Pearly, since you love John Canoe, why not have... Lord of mercy, leave me, please. Let's get right into today in sports history. Well, y'all ain't easy now. I might still brief you. Y'all ain't easy. Here we go. Today in sports history, today is June 18, 2026. Thursday, June 18, 2026. On this day in 1953, 17 Major League Baseball records were tied or broken in a game between the Boston Red Sox and the Detroit Tigers. In 1960, Tom Sheehan, San Francisco Giants, became the oldest first-time manager in Major League Baseball. Sheehan was 66 years old, 2 months and 18 days old. 66 years, 2 months and 18 days old. In 1975, Fred Lynn of the Boston Red Sox hit 3 home runs, a triple and a single in a game against the Detroit Tigers. He collected 10 RBIs. I remember that game. In 1986, Don Sutton won his 300th game in Major League Baseball. And the sports quote of the day, I don't say the things I said. I didn't say the things I said. Yogi Berra, that great Yankee catcher. Let's move right into the home front quick and see what's going on in sports. I just was talking about this yesterday. BBA Nationals, Bahamas Baseball Association Nationals set to start today. McKenzie expecting a high level of competition. That'll be some good baseball, people. Alexio places 13th at International Regatta. And Jazz homers, Yanks win 4th straight. I watched that home run last night. He was all over that ball. All over that ball. But let's bring our guest in today. The one, the only, the great Sancho. Stat boy. What's happening, my brother?
Burley, what's going on, man? Everything good?
Yeah, I good. Right here, catch.
That's good, man.
Calling it a good time. I had to watch I watched the Yankees game yesterday. That was good. I saw the home run. That was nice.
Jazz absolutely crushed that ball. Good win for us, and now we extend our lead in the division. I'm happy.
Thanks to who? Let me hear it. Extend your league in the division. Thanks to who?
Did the Dodgers play the Rays?
We swept the Rays. That's how you're gonna get in the lead.
Thank you very much. I was unaware of that. I'll admit. But thank you. Much appreciated. For obvious reasons, I don't really follow what you all do until it's playoff time because I just know it's just dominance.
Yeah, we swept them. It was 3 good games. Really 3 good games.
It was a co-effort though because we had to win while you all beat them for us.
Yes. But we made it easy for you. We made sure to put that loss on them.
Little momentary alliance. Much
I got
appreciated.
you. But the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th of July, the Dodgers will be in Yankee Stadium.
Oh, that sounds like 3 losses. Oh, man,
for the Yankees, I know. Yeah, I know.
No.
So what's been good? Did you watch any of the parade today?
No. They've been parading all playoffs, man, since they made the finals.
No, I'm talking about
in every game.
I mean the Knicks. I got you.
It's been like a parade all playoffs. I didn't watch it today. I didn't really need to.
Yeah.
I know they're going crazy in New York. I mean, it's much deserved for them.
People turn out.
My focus is on a World Cup.
Yeah. So I've been watching some World Cup. What's going on with Spain?
We didn't look good. I mean, we didn't play Yamal because he's coming back from injury. So we only played him until the last 15 minutes of the game. Same for Nico Williams. So we didn't have our starting attack. but that's our fault because we took Cape Verde for light.
Yeah.
And they went in there and they got a nice draw with us, 0-0. And for them, that's pretty much a win because we were supposed to dominate that game and we didn't. So this is a shaky start, but there's a lot more games left to play in the tournament, so I just have to wait and see. But I don't like the start.
I see England set a strong message yesterday.
Yes, they did.
They set a strong... And Lionel sent a strong message the day before that.
Well, he keeps proving that he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Messi keeps time. And England, they got rid of Gareth Southgate after Spain beat them in the Euro 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They brought in the German-born Thomas Tuchel to lead the national team.
Yeah.
And they don't park the bus. They don't score a goal and then wait for the defense to break down the other team and just have everybody back in their half of the field.
Yeah.
They attack into the opponent's third, and they make chances and score goals. Bellingham was great. Harry Kane was great. 85th minute goal, it was great.
Yeah, it was. Let's take this caller quick. Caller on the air.
Hey, Freddie.
What's up?
All right, there are many kings in New York. You know, you have the Yankees, you have the Mets, you have the Giants. You know, in football, you have the Liberty. Basketball, now you have the Knicks. But
Not
there's
now.
only
You mean as champions?
Yes, but only one emperor.
And who's that?
Brunson. Okay.
Thank you.
There could be many kings, but there's one emperor.
One emperor,
Okay?
Emperor
Yes, sir.
Brunson.
Yes, sir.
Well, listen, he is the most famous man in New York right now.
I think he will be all time.
He will. I mean, what he did was tremendous, you know.
You know, Freddie, when I used to watch the Dallas, and I watched him come off the bench. I said, what they do have this guy come off the bench? Because very times the guy come on the bench, dribbling, shooting. And then, you know, I think they made a mistake when they released him to New York. You know?
Well, they had Luka, so I guess it was like, you know.
Yes, but now they wish they had it.
Now they got none.
No, that's right.
They probably wish they had both.
That's right, I think so. But busted by.
All right, thanks a lot. All right, take care. That was interesting. Stat boy.
Yep.
I watched Czechia and South Africa today.
They played?
Yeah,
What was the final in that?
A 1-1 draw. South Africa got I think they got a penalty kick in the 83rd minute.
They did.
To tie it up.
He drained it. Yep.
Yeah. And he missed. He missed. He had a breakaway. I dared on the goal, and if he had taken one more step, I think he would have had a better shot. But he felt somebody on his back, and he quick shot it, and the keeper stopped it. South Africa would have put something on them.
They could have beaten the Czech Republic, or Czechia as they're called. Yeah.
And then I see Switzerland spank, manhandle, root up Bosnia today 4-1.
Yep, they're looking like they're gonna take care of that division. And later on, we have Canada versus who we got.
Canada and Qatar.
I know they're playing. So they play Qatar. Okay.
Yeah, and then Mexico and Korea.
Play South Korea.
Yeah.
Be very interesting games. We got the USA playing Australia tomorrow.
Yeah, that's gonna be something.
Scotland and Morocco. Brazil and Haiti is going to be an interesting game. I think Brazil tied their first game.
They did,
which
but
was very, very peculiar against Morocco.
Yeah, that was interesting. But Neymar's not playing tomorrow against Haiti. He's hurt.
Okay, yeah, they have to nurse him back.
Yeah,
have him ready for the rest of the
tournament.
tournament.
And you got Turkey and Paraguay.
Yep, you got Turkey, Paraguay, Netherlands, Sweden, Germany, Ivory Coast. This weekend, this entire month is going to be great football.
Yeah, it should be. It should be. I enjoyed
football, not American.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Football.
I enjoyed the Ghana Panama game yesterday. I thought Panama played them tough. I thought Ghana should have beat them worse. 1-0 should have beat them at least 3-0.
I agree.
And then I watched the Portugal-Congo game. Congo came with their game faces on. There's a lot of talk now amongst Portugal that they should bench Cristiano Ronaldo because he did not look good.
I'm in agreement.
He did not look good. He missed 2 easy goals, what I call easy. I mean, for him, I call them easy. Maybe for someone else like me, no. But for him,
yeah,
I thought they were pretty. I thought they should have beat Congo. But
I completely agree. To tie to them, it's like how we tied against Cape Verde. It's underperformance.
Yeah.
By a team who's supposed to handle that lesser team, but you can never take these teams for light in the World Cup.
No, you can't.
Never.
Because for some of them, like Congo, that's the Congo's first time in a million years to be there. That was their first goal because I think the last time they played every game and lost. So that was their first
score. Yeah.
And that was a beautiful header for the goal. So when they're up and they just went on the attack, they played great defense. They stepped to Portugal and said, "Hey, man, don't take us for light."
They were leaving that game with a point, whether it's 1 point from a draw or 3 points from a win. They were leaving with points.
Yeah, they were. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great game. So tonight we still got 2 more games tonight. That's Canada and Qatar and Mexico. I probably as soon as this will get home and watch the Canada-Qatar game. That should be pretty cool.
I think that'll be a nice game, but I think Mexico and South Korea could be fireworks tonight, though.
You think so?
Those two teams.
I know Mexico can score.
Goals in their first. Mexico, I also believe, had 2 goals in their first game.
Okay.
Should be fun. But I don't think it'll be as fun as what England and Croatia was. That game was really fun to watch.
I missed that. I had something to do, but I heard it was a great game. I was
it was only 2 goal difference.
It was a lot of fun. But actually, they said the 2 goal difference really was in the score. The score really that England should have beat them like 6 or 8-2, something like that.
Well, no, England created much more chances for sure, but Croatia also was creating attacking chances. They just couldn't finish.
Okay.
This was an offensive game. There was no defense existent at all in this game. I can't lie to you.
Okay.
It was great.
Okay. That's fun. That's fun stuff. I like that.
Really good stuff, yeah.
So you say we say tomorrow it's U.S. and Australia, Scotland and Morocco, Turkey and Paraguay. There should be some good games. There should be some really good games. Brazil is a heavy favorite for tomorrow. Heavy favorite tomorrow.
Haiti has a nice style of play, though. I'm not gonna lie. I have some support for Haiti. I want to see what they do as a Caribbean nation in the World Cup. I want to see how they go up against a juggernaut like Brazil.
Is this Haiti's first time in the World Cup or the first time in a long time?
I believe they've been before, but this is the first time in a long time for sure in any event.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is the first time for Haiti in a good while. They're going up against the greatest World Cup team ever with 5 World Cups, the only team with 5 World Cups. We'll see how they do, but Brazil hasn't won World Cup in 20-something years.
Yeah.
A lot of storylines in this World Cup.
And like you and your dad was saying, they're not as scary as they were. Or somebody was telling me that. I don't know if he was you saying that, but they're not as people don't fear them like they did back in the day.
No, they don't.
They don't. It's like, okay, Brazil coming, we got them. Back in the day, Brazil, oh my goodness, Brazil is coming. And everybody expected 2-3 goals out of Brazil game almost every time back in the day.
There's so many guys I've forgotten about on that 2002 Brazil squad, but I can tell you right now, when you have Ronaldinho and Ronaldo Nazario, R9, the original Ronaldo.
Yeah.
It's tough to beat.
Yeah.
That's like 2 MVP GOAT level players on the team at once.
Kaká, yeah.
Yes, I forgot about Kaká. Thank you. Yes, he's like him too. Great player.
Yeah. I enjoyed watching it. Yeah, as a teenager, I went to New York. I think it was I don't know what age was there, but it was sometime when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And the New York Cosmos were playing. That was in the North American Soccer League. Then that's when Pele came over, Giorgio Canale, Franz Beckenbauer, a number of other players who came over. And that's who got me. And that's when I really actually started playing soccer. And I'd always tell people there was I never played soccer. And the dean of students at St. Augustine's, Mr. Matthew, and he came to me and says, I need a goalkeeper. He says, and I watch you out there playing football, and I see that you can catch and you got some good hands. I want you to be my goalkeeper. I'm like, soccer? Goalkeeper?
Come on now.
And I came out, and it was a gift. It was a gift, and I was pretty good at it. And for the first time in Sox history, we were able to beat QC, draw with St. Andrews, and that never happened.
Wow.
But the bottom line on it was that I that's what got me, and I was thanking Matthew Williams for that. Him and George, my center forward George Cartwright, and the late Paul Thompson Jr.
They got you into it.
They got me into it. And George was George Cartwright, good brother, was instrumental in teaching me the game. He worked with me. He practiced with me, showing me some techniques. And Mr. Williams, so I'm grateful to Matthew Williams, George Cartwright, and the late Paul Thompson who got me into soccer or football. And from then I went. I think that same summer I went to New York, got to see the Cosmos play with Pele. That's when Star Wars is big and they won the game. And I always remember the signs they made, "The Force be with you" as they travel on. But that's what got me into it. And so after that, I started because of Pele, I became a Brazil fan.
That's fair.
And
Pele is the great one, the king.
Yeah, and just watching it and then watching the World Cup. And then starting to watch and making sure I watched the World Cup again. And then in 2014, when I worked the World Relays, And when that was done, we had a 10-foot by 10-foot TV in the conference room. And the World Race is just done, and the 2014 World Cup had started, and we sat in there almost every day until our contract was done, watching. I hope the boss will know that, but watching the World Cup, and I get excited for the World Cup. I get
every
excited
summer
for
the World Cup. Yeah, it's just like a better. It just feels like.
And then you know what I hate about it when it ends? It's like, oh man, because
Yeah,
you had a whole month. It ain't like you had the World Series. You play 7 games and it's over, and that's a quick fix and you're gone.
It was a full month to get you really hooked.
Yes, you got a month of football,
when
a
it's
whole
on,
month.
You have to wait 4 years.
Yeah, but the anticipation of it is great.
Throw in between and all that, but 4 years for the World Cup. So,
but the anticipation of it and waiting for it and all that was the fun part of getting into it, and then falling up on it and watching the stories. But I'll tell you something interesting. I see ESPN don't have the Americans talking about it. They got the British and an African and a European talking about the results, talking about the game. So they have some sense to know, listen, Americans don't know not much about the World Cup. Let's get some experts.
Yeah, let the people who know football talk the football.
So it's going to be interesting to see. I think when is Portugal? Portugal plays on Saturday, is it?
I will check that for you right now. Portugal's next game, I think, is Tuesday.
Next week, Tuesday?
Next week? No, hold on. Next week, Tuesday.
So the talk is, and we should watch that to see, will Cristiano Ronaldo play or will they bench him? Or will they bring him in and substitute him? That's going to be interesting.
They play Uzbekistan, so you really could afford to, not to take them for afford to put him on the bench and test something out, because you're going to have to at any point.
Or bring him in and put him in the second half, put him back on the bench in the second half.
Right.
Maybe that.
Like, we've got Saudi Arabia, but since we already drew, we have to put in our starters and go and dominate that game and win.
You need to win because you got to finish in the top 2 in that.
Absolutely have to. Exactly.
Yeah.
You've got Argentina going to take on Austria.
That should be another.
Take on Iraq.
That's another 2. Another 3 points for those
Norway and Senegal should be interesting. You know, Erling Haaland from Norway,
Yeah.
solid player with Man City, great player. He
Yeah.
had his coming out party in his first ever World Cup. He had a brace. He had 2 goals.
Yeah.
I think it was a 3-1 win. But Senegal is no slouch, man. They're a tough team.
I was impressed with. Oh, I can't remember his name. The blonde-haired kid from Sweden.
Are you talking about Gyökeres?
Yes.
Gyökeres, Victor Gyökeres. There you go.
I was impressed with him. I was really impressed with him. He has a knack for finding himself around the front of the front of the net. It's always in front there. Always got his foot on the ball, a body on the ball, or something to try put it in the goal.
One of the most aware players, great striker.
Yeah, great striker.
Class player with I think last year was his first year with Arsenal.
Okay.
They go on to win the whole the Premier League.
Yeah.
Tough loss in the Champions League, but he's a great striker.
Yeah.
Gyökeres is nice.
I'm gonna keep watching him. Let's take this call. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good.
Hey.
Listen to your phone. Don't listen to your radio. Listen to your radio. It's a delay. Listen to your phone.
Shirley, how are you?
I'm good.
You know what baffles me, right?
I don't know. Tell me.
The Minister of Transport and Aviation, she knows about this plane and flying all over the place. The reporters asked her if it was registered. She doesn't want to say, right? You know, that's why we have so many corrupt police officers, because everything starts from the head. It starts from the head. You have a minister who's going to know something is not right, and she's still going to entertain it. Something's wrong with that.
Big time. Big time. I hear you loud and clear. But we are talking sports, so I do appreciate that call, but we are deep into sports, and that kind of threw me right off this in our stat, boy.
No, I had to go on mute, man. I was like, what? This
tell
ain't my area expertise.
I tell you what we could do. We could take our voice break right now.
All right.
This is Pearly. Talking Heads Thursday in Guardian Radio 96.9 FM with my special guest, Sancho Starboy. We can take a quick break. When we get back, we can talk some more, talk a little bit of baseball, get into football, and get into our picks.
To the world, he is your dad, but to you, he is the world. Shower your dad with love with a gift from Kelly's House and Home's Father's Day sale, Friday, June 9th through Saturday, June 17th. Save 20% off selected tool sets, luggage, and fishing, diving, and camping gear, except on net items. Shop at Kelly's House and Home on Saturday, June 8th, and if you are standing on the lucky spot, you could win a gift basket for Dad. Visit our Facebook page for more information. Shop Kelly's House and Home's Father's Day sale 17th. Happy Father's Day from Kelly's House and Home.
KFC has a bold new flavor you'll love. Introducing the all-new barbecue Rap Star. We're talking a juicy chicken breast filet, fried to golden crisp perfection, covered in sweet and smoky barbecue sauce, topped with cheese, delicious toasted tortilla with flavor in every bite. Go spicy or keep it original. Either way, it's a star for a reason. The new barbecue Rap Star is the star of the menu at KFC Nassau. Get yours today at any KFC Nassau location.
The technicians at Muffler World on Mackey Street and Robinson Road can do a lot of things to make your car perform better. Like make sure the wheels are properly aligned, and that your brakes actually work, and that your car is using the correct oil and in fact has oil. Those same techs can replace your entire exhaust system. Check out Muffler World for the top of the line Walker muffler. Now if you want your ride to sound rude, Muffler World can help you there too with a system by Flowmaster. Muffler World, Mackey Street and Robinson Road. Mufflers and a whole lot more.
Guess who's back?
It's that time again for the 31st annual Michael Scudery Peace on the Streets Basketball Classic.
Bring it on now, let's go.
Whether you're a player or a fan, you don't want to miss the Hope Center. Log on to peaceonthestreets.com and register. Come on, everybody, we're going! That's the Peace on the Streets Basketball Classic, where we shoot hopes instead of guns. Game time.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
And welcome back to our Talking Heads Thursday here on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. This is your boy Pearl in the house. Got Stat Boy here with me. So Stat Boy,
what's up?
What's going on? And let's flip one over to, let's talk a quick baseball. I see the Yankees got a big win. You got the White Sox again tonight?
Yes, we do. And I expect us to win again.
We expect to win. The White Sox is a surprisingly good team so far. And I got to say so far because, this is a joint.
It's good to revisit this because, we haven't talked baseball in a hot minute with the finals having been on. But now that that's over, thank God.
Amen.
We could look at these divisions and we could, get into baseball. And we're 1 game back of the Braves. We're 3 games back of y'all. Y'all are now the number 1 team in baseball. Hip, hip, hooray. Brewers are right there at 45 and 28 as well. So you can kind of see the top 4 teams materializing in baseball right now. Rays close there. You got some teams, Cardinals. Padres are falling behind a little bit.
Padres this is their worst offensive season in about 10 years, maybe longer.
And horrible.
They
Absolutely
look bad.
horrible.
Everybody picking on them and beating the crap out of them.
What's funny to me is that the Blue Jays still can't get over 500. The Athletics have fallen back to 36 and 38 below 500, so the Mariners took them over. They're 1 game above 500. But Chicago, the White Sox, to be 38 and 34, for what I expected of them, that's impressive so far.
No, everybody picked them to be in last place.
Absolutely.
They've been in last place, The
Twins and Tigers have severely disappointed. The Royals, I thought they'd even be a little bit better considering they have Bobby Witt, Salvi Perez, and those boys. And they were a solid team a few years ago. But
pitching.
It's exactly. So when you need baseball, you need to have great defense, great pitching, great hitting.
Yeah.
Base running. It's a 5-2 sport.
But the Blue Jays' problem is they have an array of injuries, a lot of injuries.
So they do. So it's going to be hard to get out of this rut that they've, dug themselves into early in the season. That's why good starts help. Good starts really, really do help.
But when you look at the Mariners, I don't see that division wide open because the 4th place team only 3.5 back. The Astros only 3.5 back, and the Astros know how to pour it on after the All-Star break.
I agree. I'm not looking at the Mariners like they're confirmed, solidified, going to win this division. It's between those 4 teams right now. We know the Angels are going to be in last, but those 4 teams, anybody's division right now.
Yeah, but when I look at my dog, we're already 9 games up on the Padres. We just look like we can run away with this league before the All-Star break, and that's hard to keep you motivated after the All-Star. But the good thing about it is, if we have such a big lead, we could rest more of the stars and keep them fresh for when September comes around.
Exactly. You could really, build the load management.
Yeah.
Keep these guys preserved and healthy. And the motivation thing is a good point. Just are chasing history because they're looking to do something that hasn't been done since the Yankees did it from 98 to 2000, and that's three-peat.
Yep.
And that's the big thing in sport. Like the three-peat hasn't been done, and the Warriors couldn't do it.
Yep.
In hockey, the Tampa Bay Lightning couldn't do it. The Kansas City Chiefs couldn't do it.
Yep.
So many teams couldn't do it recently who've won back-to-back.
Yep.
And if the Dodgers can do it, boy, it's a big thing for sports. Because sports is lacking that real dynasty right now. The Dodgers do it.
Yep.
Dynasty confirmed. Like, there is already a dynasty, but the three-peat is different.
Yep, you're correct. But I want people to put in perspective now, and I got to brag about this. The Dodgers have an array of injuries. You got your starting catcher in Will Smith, who's out. You've got Teoscar Hernandez, your starting left fielder, who is out. You got Tyler Glasnow, a starting pitcher. Blake Snell, a starting pitcher. Landon Knack, a starting pitcher. Gavin Stone, a starting pitcher, all out. Evan Phillips, who's a reliever, hasn't pitched in 2 years. Buka Gatterall, the bazooka, who's out. You've got a lot. You've got and Kasparis. You got a lot of players, and your dad knows that I was fans of Dave Roberts right now because that brother has managed a team that has a lot of injuries, but have kept going, kept the beat going. Didn't lose a beat. Didn't lose a note.
These names, they're such key pieces as well.
And I'm guessing Glasnow probably days as the Dodgers pretty much may be done. I think he's going to be on the trade block.
Yeah, sadly.
He's gonna, but if they trade him,
things for the Dodgers.
Scooball coming to the Dodgers if they can trade Glasnow.
If y'all do that, that means you've already made the calls to Detroit to put that in place. So that would just be the opener move, and then you land a guy like Tariq.
That talk has been heating up. That rumor mill about it has been heating up a whole lot about that. But let's take this caller right now. Call you on the air. Caller, you there?
Hey, Paulie. Good afternoon.
What's up, Sco? Oh, I got to listen to this Yankee talk now. Go ahead. Let me hear this Yankee talk. Go ahead.
We have twins in New York City.
That's
with today, and by October, the end of early November, you'll be a second parade.
You think so?
New York Yankees.
You think so?
Victorious.
But why don't listen? Need you to give me to help me win, man, because you sound like you can know the future.
Stand by that. We're gonna in another week or so, we would have already buried the Rays, so we'll be so far ahead another week or two. And every time we meet, all right, I'll say one thing, right? There's only 2 baseball teams right now. I think that go back to the early 70s when you have Baltimore at 4 20-game winners. Only 2 teams have the ability to have 4 20-game winners. That's the New York Yankees, but it wouldn't be the New York Yankees and the Dodgers. They're the only 2 teams that have the pitching potential to have 2 4 20-game winners.
Well, I think it might be hard to see a lot of 20-game winners. No, I agree that they have the team, that they have the potential, they have the personnel that can do it.
But when you guys come to Yankee Stadium, be prepared for not to lose it.
No, I'm flying up there for that game. I'm bringing a broom with me. I'm taking a broom with me.
You gotta come to New York, man.
That's my favorite city. I was telling somebody one team I pulled forward in New York.
Yeah, my brother. All right,
take care, my brother. I love New York. You been in New York before?
No, I haven't. My parents have.
You need to go.
Take us.
I love New York City. It's my favorite city of all time.
I've always wanted to go.
But St. Paul, Minnesota is pretty much up there too. But I love New York City. It's the city that never sleeps. It's always something you can do. But I've never had a team that I can pull for out of New York. I kind of lean towards the Knicks as my second team outside of the Lakers. No, and that's not because of the championship. Anybody who knows me can tell you that, because from a little boy going to New York and all that stuff, I like Patrick Ewing. I liked Willis. I liked the team.
Out of any team in New York that I would pull for that's not the Yankees, it would have to be the Giants. Have to be. Or the New York Rangers.
Yeah, maybe I did have when Messi was there. I did have a little bit of a love for the Rangers at the time, but I was always been a Gretzky fan. And when he went to the Kings, I was like, okay.
Fair enough. Yeah, he's out in LA, and Gretzky's the GOAT.
Yeah.
I mean, the Knicks, the fan base will always be the reason why I could never fully respect them. Even in this time with them being champions, I hate it.
Why?
The fan base, like the fans, they're violent, they're raucous, they're rude, they're horrible.
It's New York. It's so nice they had to name it twice.
It could be Philadelphia, it could be Boston, it could be Arkansas, it could be anywhere. Terrible fan base is a terrible fan base.
You will pull for the Celtics over the Knicks?
Hell no.
Okay,
but I wouldn't pull for neither.
Okay. No, but if you had a choice, they're playing each other, you had to make a choice.
If I had to make a choice, okay, what are the stakes?
It's a bet. $1,000 bet.
$1,000. I'd rather work to make $1,000, man. I'm not. Hey, no, I couldn't. I hate both of them. Okay. I hate one more than the other, but I hate the next two.
Oh, I don't like Celtics. Any Laker
fan. But I couldn't pull for Boston though, because Boston is like that goes back, and that's a lot of like really deep rooted, like terrible history, like hateful history.
Yeah,
with those fans, I don't like them.
Yeah, especially in that hot place. Anyway. Texas says, "Good evening, you chipping arm Dodger. It doesn't matter who those Dodgers get in their lineup. We can't wait until those Dodgers show up in Yankee Stadium." Okay, Jeff.
We cannot.
It's my good friend Jeff. Okay, Jeff.
We won't have Judge, but guess what?
He won't be back by the middle of July?
No, he'll be. I think he's back August.
Okay.
Which it's tough for us, but we're on a good run without him right now. I remember 2023, we lost him, and we absolutely just catapulted to the bottom. We just fell through to the bottom.
Yeah, but you got to take note now. You're playing. You got a good schedule right now. You're playing.
Taking advantage of it.
You got to. You got the White Sox, and then I don't know. You got right after that.
I'll check our schedule. You got the White Sox in the series. Let's see here.
Oh, then you got the Reds coming in town.
The Reds after that.
So that's a pretty easy run through.
Tigers.
Okay.
Then you get Boston. That might be a little tough, but Boston's horrible. They're in a rebuild, so I think we can take advantage of that. Tigers again. Twins again. Rays again.
Okay.
Nationals. We got some favorable series right here.
Yeah. You got an opportunity.
To avoid that swoon.
Yeah. Then the Rays is not going to be that favorable because it can be a tough. That's the interdivision.
No,
Boston,
I agree.
With Boston, but the Rays is interdivision. But we'll try to help you guys out tomorrow night when the Orioles come to town.
Keep doing it, man. No problem. Thank you. Much appreciated.
So
that's the favor for us, giving y'all the World Series in 24.
Giving us the World Series?
Well, let me not say given, but y'all took it from us, so y'all, indebted to, do us a little blind. When y'all beat somebody down so bad, you just got to help them out.
All right, we got a couple minutes left. What's going on in Baltimore with the NFL?
NFL, haven't heard much. Baltimore, I'm just waiting on the season to come around. It's the heated training camp. We're working on Lamar's extension.
Okay.
But it looks like that'll be next off season. That won't come this season.
It won't?
The good thing about a quarterback like Lamar is he's not somebody who's going to take an attitude of screw the team, screw everybody, and sit out and hold out.
Yeah.
Because he knows he'll just get fined and lose his money too.
Yeah.
So he'll play, he'll prove his value, and he'll get a nice contract. Now, with the way that the NFL cap keeps rising, I heard a number. I've been hearing it from some of these Ravens pages I follow and sources and blogs that it could be 4 years, 260, which is crazy because the last one he got was, I think, 5 years, 250, but 185 guaranteed. So anything he earned up to, it would be up to 250 million, but you don't see that full 250 million. But this one could be like a guaranteed thing of like 200 million, 4 years. That'll pay him until he's 33, 34 years old. So we'll see how this goes, man.
Boy, I wish we had football in this country when I was growing up.
Swear.
But I'm hearing a lot of the pundits out there are loving what Hafley and the Dolphins are doing in terms of rebuilding the team, in terms of the work they're doing. Of course, we don't expect to win this year. Let's get that. I tell you again, Dolphin fans, if the Dolphins win 5 games, be happy. That's your Super Bowl. But they're doing the right things to get rid of the money, the salary cap hits, to bring some young players in there, and just move forward to seeing some good things happening in 27 and 28. So hope God keeps me around to see a championship. But I think the Dolphins will be in the money within 3 years.
I think so, yeah.
Let's get to the picks.
We'll turn around.
Let's get the picks, and guess what we'll be picking today? The World Cup. We got
Let's
2 games. We got two games. We got Canada and Qatar. Now,
let me get Canada in this one.
Mike is saying he's got to step his game up, though. He's got to step his game up.
Jonathan David. You mean Davis? Alfonso Davies?
No, Jonathan David, the forward from Canada. Yeah. He got it because
I got him confused now. Forgive me. Yeah.
Yeah, he's only had one shot on. He's only had one shot on goal in the first game they drew. He needs to get us. He needs to step his game up tonight. But I think Canada should be able to win that game.
Oh yeah. I think Canada gets it done over Qatar.
Mexico and South Korea.
I'm gonna go with Mexico.
I like Mexico.
A gutsy team though. They're a gutsy team.
Yeah, and Rahul. I like to say Rahul Jimenez. He had a goal in the last game. I look forward to seeing them do some stuff. So there's two teams that have won their first games. So one of these teams going to either walk away with 1 point or 3 points, the other with nothing, or maybe 1 point. Well, two. Yeah, if they draw, everybody get 1 point. But I like Mexico in this one. I like what they're doing. Yeah, I'm going with Mexico in this one.
Yep, give me Mexico to win over South Korea tonight at 9:00.
All right, people, that's been fun. Thanks for the calls. Thanks for the text. This is Pearly with Stat Boy here on Guardian Radio Thursday Talking Heads here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Naughty and MJ will be in tomorrow. I'll see them at 5, and I'll be back next day. Remember, it's hot. Stay hydrated.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape, a Carib-Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more, there's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good food, it's an experience.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
For fast printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
KFC has a bold new flavor you'll love. Introducing the all-new Barbecue Rap Star. We're talking a juicy chicken breast filet, fried to golden crisp perfection, covered in sweet and smoky barbecue sauce, topped with cheese, then wrapped in a delicious toasted tortilla with flavor in every bite. Go spicy or keep it original. Either way, it's a star for a reason. The new Barbecue Rap Star is the star of the menu at KFC Nassau. Get yours today at any KFC Nassau location.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day everyone's been waiting for in New York City for over 50 years, 53 years. Again, every single time I talk about the Knicks winning the championship, I sound like the old woman from Titanic.
I hate this team.
Oh, no, sir.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Control
Different
job
team.
over there. No, that's the Jets. Although they might be on the clock now. 53 years. We in New York City have been waiting for a particular Canyon of Heroes parade. I'm throwing ticker tape in the old Canyon of Heroes. And John Glenn orbiting the moon or Neil Armstrong landing on it is akin to this Canyon of Heroes type of event. The New York Knicks having a parade, and it started at 7 in the morning. You could see that footage that we just popped up on the screen there. It started at 10 in the morning Eastern time, but fans started pouring in. I mean, the subway, it took a half an hour to get this, by the way, is my nightmare. Being stuck in a New York City subway.
Absolutely.
Tunnel and stuck on the steps.
I don't love nothing that
it definitely, it definitely, I'll be straight up with you. It couldn't have smelled great in there.
Yeah. No. I smelled through the TV.
Because, New Yorkers New Yorkers in tank tops, which is what a jersey is,
Yeah.
They weren't going Ewing style, which is a T-shirt underneath. A lot of them.
Sweatbands.
Yeah.
Above their head.
Some very old, right?
What's the temperature?
When somebody's wearing a Bernard King number 30, that thing was when they took to summer camp. But because they set up many security checkpoints, I saw one photo and one video associated with it that the line at one security checkpoint ran so long that it cut another checkpoint on the other side of the parade.
And those New York blocks are long.
So checkpoints were running into each other. And listen, there's a reason why Larry David knows all about the chat and cut, because we New Yorkers do that all the time. And but this is it. I mean, it's so exciting. I have not seen anything from the actual parade itself, so I'm just going to react to it live. Go ahead and roll them in, Mike Hoskins. What are we looking at here? That's Clyde Frazier. Man.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
That's Clyde Frazier. Is that what type of car is that?
I don't know. It looks presidential.
It looks like something maybe he was in the 1970s.
It might be his own car.
I don't think they had a parade, though, back in the 70s for them.
They did not?
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I heard that.
That's what the Google machine's for.
But let's check it.
Okay, rolling another one right here. So Clyde's there.
It says no, they did not have a parade.
My favorite Nick growing up, sitting shotgun in a blue convertible. Come on now. Bernard King is in the championship parade, and then the other guy that I grew up loving. Look at Patrick Ewing.
That's my guy right there.
Oh, I love it. Patrick Ewing is taking his victory lap that I wanted him to have himself. I'm getting emotional, guys. I'm literally tearing up when I see Bernard King and I see Patrick Ewing. I think of me in high school. Me in high school, dreaming of these moments.
Yeah, I get it.
Me in high school dreaming that the Bernard King and then Patrick Ewing together, and that happened for half a season. The Bernie and Ernie show is what I grew up with. Ernie Grunfeld, who, by the way, turned into a general manager of the Knicks.
Right.
The Bernie and Ernie show. Could that happen? Bernard King and Ernie Grunfeld, and here comes Ewing, and then Bernard gets hurt and is never the same again. Yeah, man. Let me see something else. Keep rolling them in. I'm just going to react to it. Jalen Brunson walking in the parade.
King of New York.
With the Larry O'Brien trophy. This is what it's about. Look at all the fans who are just crushed up against the barriers.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the numbers on attendance. I saw some photos last night of people they had grandstands set up along some of the streets, already camped out. I think they were planning on sleeping there overnight to not give up their spot.
Well, I woke up this morning, like 4:30 our time, and looked at the phone and already saw the photos of the crush of fans showing up at 5 in the morning Eastern, 6 in the morning, well in advance of this parade.
I was up at 12:30 last night. I saw a girl's Instagram video where she was already trying to secure her spot. So what is that, 3:30?
Yeah.
So she's securing herself a spot for the parade. It was dark out. There was nobody around. I was like, this is insane.
Dark out, nobody around. Sounds like half of my Nick fandom. Seriously. I cannot believe this is happening. I cannot believe it happened this year. It was right around this time last year. The Knicks are knocking on the doors of so many other franchises saying, can we talk to your coach?
Yeah, who wanted to be the coach? Nobody.
Can we talk to your coach? It was pathetic. Yeah. It felt pathetic.
We wanted you.
It's like you you didn't have a plan after you fired Tom Thibodeau or before. Why'd you fire him? What are you doing over there? What's happening over there? Why would you fire this guy? And who's going to coach him? And then Mike Brown says, I'll take the job. And it's like, And look at him now. No good in New York City anymore, sir. And it better be the same way in New Jersey and parts of Connecticut. Ever. In any establishment where a Knick fan resides, this man should never pay for a meal again.
Letting dogs out.
Oh, my gosh. He wore a 10 weeks T-shirt to the parade today in reference to James Dolan's speech that give me 10 weeks of apparently this got cut out of the speech that was posted on the Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart podcast site, asking him,
celibacy.
Abstinence.
Yeah.
Hey, AC Green won a championship.
I mean, he did. Multiple.
Yeah, but that wasn't a...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That wasn't. It was the other 42 weeks.
Yeah.
AC didn't know what he was missing.
Exactly. He hadn't tasted the fruit.
Chris, I've always wanted to say this is kind of like when people crack on, like people who've never, you know what I'm saying.
I'm now watching videos of James Dolan talking.
He's inspirational.
Which, by the way, I would, but I mean, on the radio locally in New York, where I wouldn't ever hit play on that because I'm like, what is he going to say that's going to piss me off? And I'm like, now I can't wait to hear what's out of his mouth.
Wow.
I know that.
That is the big, like,
somebody sent me a tweet.
That was not on our bingo
somebody
card.
popped up on X. I didn't see this. Somebody sent it to me. And it was a tweet that I sent almost 7 years ago.
No way.
On June 30th, 2019.
And
what did it say?
I tweeted out, with Durant and Kyrie choosing the Nets, it's time for James Dolan to look in the mirror and sell the Knicks.
Yes.
His utter and humiliating failure at handling a New York sports institution is now complete. Take the billions and go home, Jim. Is what I tweeted out.
That's how you felt.
Hey, that was tame compared to what I was saying in front of this microphone, which yada, 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 may be a reason why the Knicks are not facilitating a player to appear on this program. I got a long memory there, man.
Yeah.
I would hope.
But I'm like, yeah, Dolan's talking about how he apparently Landry Shamet and Mitchell Robinson are the Knicks that might have to be let go because well, nobody wants to because that is so prohibitive in putting a roster together.
Right.
And he's basically like, I'll cut a check as much as I can, but I'm not going in the second apron. I heard that, and I'm like, you're right. And I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell is happening here? I'm like inspired by what James Dolan is thinking.
What is it? Cats and dogs living together.
That's what's happening.
It's like Bill Murray and Ghostbusters.
The Knicks are having a parade in the Canyon of Heroes. Jalen Brunson's walking around with the Larry O'Brien trophy. Mikal Bridges brought his dog.
Yeah, I saw that.
They're so damn likable.
They are.
It's great. They're making
I hate it.
New Yorkers mostly likable. Oh, and Hoskins, put up that one thing that I did see from the parade that I sent before. This is a wild float to be seen in a New York City parade. The analytical float. Kenny Atkinson's in there, apparently.
Wow.
Why would you
we
do
won
that?
the series 4-1.
They're living rent-free in your head. Just
wait a minute.
Celebrate
That's
your
AI
day.
generated. Pardon me.
Celebrate your
Normally
day.
I don't put up
That's
AI slop.
ridiculous.
You know that's not a real picture, right? You know that's AI.
That's funny, man.
They're living rent-free
That's
in this
funny.
still.
That's funny. Oh, yeah, because tomorrow night is Game 7 of the Analytics NBA Finals between the Spurs and the Cavs.
Not acknowledging this.
See, that's where we're unlikable in New York.
Yeah, you're
And the
riding
Knicks are-
high.
The Knicks are not saying that. They're not. They're bringing their dogs to the parade. Who let the dogs out?
See, somebody brought up Wemby today. Come on.
Why are you acting surprised by
This guy over there, like a
you
Celtic fan, is always
Come
taking
on,
a
bro.
high road over there. The Patriot fan.
Like,
oh, my God. You need
Stop.
some oxygen over there, taking the high
Stop
road?
We go high.
Oh, is that right?
We go high.
I don't know.
I'll let you.
I thought you and
swim
the
in
ducks on the
dumpsters.
boats went a little lower
I'll
than
let,
that.
I'll let you swim in the
Okay.
You know the parade. His
That's okay. The Knicks are having a championship parade today.
Yeah, you should enjoy that.
And by the way, does this conclude the 6-day Knickapalooza that's going down everywhere?
I'm excited for it to be over.
I'm not. I'm enjoying it. They're everywhere.
Brother, that's carrying on through the summer.
Oh, baby.
Oh, yeah.
It's forever. Are you kidding me?
I mean,
we're selling T-shirts.
You're going to
put it
ride
up.
hard.
RichEisenShop.com. Yeah. I got T-shirts. The I Am a 1A Dude T-shirt in various colors. The best free agent signing ever. Various colors. I might wear that on future anniversaries with Susie. You know what I mean? The Go New York, Go T-shirt. Let's go. RichEisenShop.com. I'm in it. That's as close to the parade as I'm going to get. Look at Cat with a big-ass stogie. Kid from Jersey. Comes to the Knicks, and everyone's like, oh, you remember? I had to sit here in this chair, and I'm like, hey, Knick fans, I said this. This one I nailed. I got this one right. Remember, I'm like, hey, listen, Knick fans, I know you loved Julius Randle. I know he was the first guy, right, that gave you like a green shoot out of the soil. Okay, and he was such a great Knick, and everyone loved him and what he stood for, and a self-made man for the Knicks. Brunson comes along, and they send him along with Dante DiVincenzo. And who knew? Who told us recently that, it was Jay Wright who told us that A-Rod said, we are taking Dante DiVincenzo for the Knicks if we are sending Cat to New York. Yep. He's coming in the trade. Knicks didn't really want to send him, but they're like, sure. And Knick fans were like, what are we doing to bring Karl Anthony Towns here? And I'm like, hold on a second. Love this guy.
Right, you saying Knick fans question bringing one of the best
Knick fans
top 3 centers in the league?
They were questioning it because of who was sent away. They loved Randall. They wanted Randall to be in this parade. I understand. Karl Anthony Towns, a kid from Jersey. And I fell in love with him the minute he started trolling on TJ Jefferson. Like, just met him in 2 seconds flat.
Immediately.
And he's just, I'm an Eagle fan. You're a Cowboy fan.
Okay, great. This is how this is.
I'm so happy for Karl Anthony Towns. One of my favorite Knicks ever. Every single one of these guys. Oh, man, I love a parade, certainly.